What is up, everybody? Foreman Glory Day here. If you don't know who I am a content creator primarily on twitch.tv. You can find that information in the description below. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we want to talk about something specific, and that is that Riot Games announced their content roadmap for their Season 2, which has this whole Spirit Blossom situation and all. That's really great and fun. It has some new skins. But there was one thing that they announced that really caught my ear that I was wondering, why did that catch my ear? And the answer is because, hey, they're introducing a new game mode that they are describing as a quick game mode where teams of 5 battle over a small area, killing each other and pushing minions to the enemy base to win. Low strategy, high action game. What are they calling it? Well, they're calling it Brawl, ladies and gentlemen. Brawl. Where have we heard that before? Wait a minute. Predecessor. Predecessor is where we've heard that before. And how do they describe their game mode, Brawl? A quick fire game mode where 2 teams of 5 battle in an action-packed skirmish featuring faster gold, more experience, brand new single lane map. Keywords: quick, fire, quick, game mode, action-packed, action. And then there's other similarities. The more I dug into this, I was like, they're not even like trying to do anything unique here. So Predecessor's version of Brawl is 400 points, right? Enemy minions, 1 point. Enemy heroes, 5 points. Brawl. Enemy champions, 5 damage. Enemy minions into the portal, 1 point, right? The only difference is the base health, 250 versus 400, okay? And then you might be thinking, well, there can't be any more similarities. That would be where you're wrong, because there are more similarities. While the central lane will see most of the action, flanking your enemies and exploring the sides of the map will reveal a number of monsters that will grant you various buffs. Okay, the buffs provide all sorts of things that help you get a leg up on your opponents. So I go look at the explanation for the Brawl mode coming to League of Legends. Moving outward, you'll find camps stationed on each side of the lane, each with their own powerful buffs. These camps give you a buff and some gold, making more playstyles viable. Okay, so the more I listened to it, the more I was just like, this is unbelievable. So in all fairness, Predecessor is not the first MOBA to ever release a faster 5-on-5, push the minions into the enemy's portal game. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but Smite, with their arena mode, they were the first, I believe, to do a game mode in this fashion. And to a degree, Predecessor ripped off of, or took inspiration from arena, very much obviously with a similar strategy, which is you push the minions and then you can spawn a bigger minion. And if you get that bigger minion through, you can take your opponent's life total down faster with the buffs around the outside. I think where Predecessor executed the design better was with the way that they execute their entire game better, which is 3D modeling, the verticality of the maps. It's not just one flat surface that's a big oval. It has actual higher and lower areas. And Predecessor, that's in my opinion, one of the main reasons that the game is better than other MOBAs is because of the verticality. But this seems like even another level of just like copycatness here, okay? I mean, we literally have one lane with the outside. It's like an even smaller version of the game, and at least Predecessor came up with their own name. Riot's literally calling it the same thing. Like the same thing. And so, I could stay and continue harping on the fact that I feel like they've really not taken a very creative route with this. But I think we should have, or at least try to have, a more productive conversation try and find some silver linings, and so this really makes me think about, back when Fortnite was at its height and other games were trying to, find some space and find some ways to be relevant, right? So you had things like respawn cards coming into Apex Legends and in Call of Duty's version, which I can't even remember what it's called. And then next thing you know, we find out that, okay, Fortnite's gonna have respawn cards, even though Apex they did it first, right? So it's not the first time that we've seen like Goliath taking the ideas from, the little guys and adding it to their own game so that basically, the little guys don't have that leg up on the competition, right? But in every situation, in every instance of that, we've seen some degree of creativity, original creativity from the company that is blatantly, iterating off of an idea that another rival company is doing. In this situation, I really have a hard time moving past the fact that they literally named their game mode the same thing. And it's not a different game mode. Like, you can't even make the argument that it's the same name, but it's like the objective is different or the playstyle is different, function's different. It's literally the same game. It's the same name, the same game, and a relatively similar map. The only difference is that I think that League of Legends Brawl mode looks like the map is going to be smaller than Predecessor's Brawl mode. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say and what you guys think about kind of, Riot's decision making here and the fact that they have what seems like unlimited resources to be creative and to develop something new. I can't fault them for wanting to create a fast-paced team deathmatch style game, but do we think this is across the line? I mean, do we think that there should be some sort of pushback from the community for the fact that they've literally taken even the same name from Predecessor, right? Brawl mode. I mean, this came out of, we have a date, I'm pretty sure, let's see. I'm sure it's going to be at the top of this, right? At the top of the patch notes. May 22nd, 2024. We're coming up on a year ago that they introduced Brawl mode to the game. Okay, so we've had all of this time for League of Legends to develop a response, be creative, come up with their own name, make it their own. Riot has proven themselves to be incredibly creative and incredibly successful. So it kind of rubs me the wrong way as someone who has really been interested in seeing Predecessor thrive and their community grow, and I have a hard time adjusting to it and accepting it. But I would love to hear what the community has to say and whether we think that there's somehow this could be a good thing. It gets people talking about Predecessor. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, you can find me streaming many days of the week over on twitch.tv/ForMcLorday. The link will be in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It goes way further than you can ever imagine, and it really benefits me, and I appreciate it so much. So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.